Mid-morning, Shala calls me over. Can't walk up to me. Get us a coke, will you? Tilts his head at the shop over the road. I'll give you the right money. So I trip off to the shop and buy a couple of cokes, come back and they're on a break. So during the break I have to do the shopping, is that it? I give the coke to Shala and he pops it and turns away drinking it. I wonder when the right money is going to turn up. I'm still wondering. I haven't given up hope, I just turned it into a monumental grudge. So we smoke one and assume shapes of action at rest around the back of the truck for a few minutes before we go over the top again. The bodybuilder boys don't mix with the two temps, like veterans don't want to get to know their replacements because they'll just get killed by a falling office divider, and you can't help NFGs in a shitstorm. The other agency kid tries to make conversation, but I try to make conversation stop, so he gives up. The other lads busy themselves examining various tabloids for tittle-tattle, titbits and tits. It occurs to me that bodybuilding precludes mind developing. Then it occurs to me that the opposite is also true, and that's why I'm a skinny know-it-all. No, wait, I'm just skinny. Working men sitting around during a tea break. If you haven't done it, don't do it. It makes defecation look like the very peak of human achievement. The pause in exertion awakens the dormant mind from the bottom up. The baser functions reanimating first. Aggression, suspicion, hate. In-jokes are resurrected to re-establish the pecking order. People are humiliated. Differences rescored like tracks in lino. Anecdotes and nicknames reference the weakness, error and embarrassment of others, only to inspire the victims to bond with the group through reciprocal viciousness. Pearls of wisdom are cast before the herd of swine, read out from the shit-white press for group ridicule, pages held open to look at the tits on that, issues and nipples airbrushed for a massed consumption. You have to fit in. You have to agree with the doublethink. You can't have a conspicuous opinion. Don't be black or gay. Don't be anything. Be white bread. Be lager. Be sport. Be a cunt. There's a reason these guys don't use their minds at work. It's called capitalism. What you do is you get a load of grunts to agree to work too hard for you for less money than their time is worth by pumping them full of shit through the media, which, you own. Tea breaks are useful for filling the drones up with any crap you want them to ingest that week, including tea, propaganda and nicotine. One of the best ideas you can get them to swallow is that ideas are bad, including any idea about being the agent of their own destruction. I keep my eyes low and my mouth shut to avoid becoming the agent of my own destruction. I'd had conversations before around this subject, and they were all, shall we say, strained. Telling people they are shit doesn't endear them to you all that much, unless you're the Sex Pistols. People will listen to anything if they have to give you enough money to hear it, but don't want something for nothing. Anyway, I don't want to be kicked to death by Labour on behalf of capital before I get paid, do I? Tea break finishes, back to work. The sliver of privacy and reflection is over. Start rolling those stones again, boys. The other agency kid has disappeared to make friends with the real people, which is good because I don't want to stare at myself earning $2.75 an hour and liking it, but bad because now I have to carry an office divider on my own. Some gimp on the back of the truck tips one down at me and I grab it wrong and one corner hits the ground. I hoist it up again and stagger off into the building. The thing is so cumbersome, there's no comfortable way of dealing with it, but you have to struggle on. Life itself as a removals job. I balance one of its feet on one of mine and press for the lift and walk it in when it comes. It's simply super fun. Push it out the door at the top and grab both sides with bent knees and lift it by straightening my legs. I'm an ant bringing home a leaf 6 times bigger than my body, except I don't live here. Where's this go? He points to a line of them. I shunt it over and park it, which is a mistake, because now I have to go back for another one. I can't keep this up. They're too heavy, and I'm too work shy anyway. After a few more trips, my forearms are coming up in welts. They call them angry red, I believe. I'm actually panting. This is awful. The Bovril boys are slinging the fuckers around like Russian peasants in a Soviet haymaking video. I feel like Gollum in a room full of supermodels. Where'd you get the t-shirts? I asked some chunk in the lift. The company give us them. Oh. It doesn't stop. It just stretches out. One long repeat like watching Groundhog Day again and again and again. How many times can you grin or exchange a word with the same guy on the back of the truck. You go numb like your arms. The monotone invariation of the dividers, the lift, the rooms, just moving bulk, mass from one place to another. And people do this for years and years until they drop between the traces. I just want you to disappear without one. Mass, no mass. The backs of my legs decide to join in with the whole exhausted thing and begin to twitch as soon as I pick up a divider. The boys are singing joyously and making glorious collective labour for motherland. Charla has found some shade. I'm thinking about starting my own charity. Somehow I drag myself through to lunch and walk off the job. 20 minutes or so to walk up to the Euston Road from Bloomsbury. Toby is in the office when I walk in. We sit down across the room from each other, knees bumping. I tell him I quit, keep the money. I told you I didn't want any hard labour, didn't I? I only want jobs he can't give me.